I'm particularly proud of the Improve Your Sight Reading a Piece a Week series. There's only a version for piano, and that's because often the way that young pianists, not necessarily young pianists, are taught tends to be very centred around certain repertoire, and once they get onto that repertoire they kind of stay with those pieces maybe for a long time. So the idea is a piece a week. You learn a new piece a week. They're done related to the grade system, although you don't have to be doing exams or in that system to make use of them. And the idea is that you learn a piece a week. The actual technical and musical requirements, ingredients, are a lot more simple than maybe the pieces that you're playing. So you get the opportunity to interact with notation on a regular basis. You're reading new music. It just makes you more confident as a reader. So ultimately, you're a more confident musician who can learn pieces on your own. That's the whole point, really. That's where we want to take our pupils. And they also really explore character. As an examiner, I find that character is sometimes something that hasn't been thought of in a lot of detail, and maybe the notes and the rhythms and other bits and pieces are there. But has someone thought about the character? So in each book, there's about 30 pieces in each book, a piece a week. They've got a lot of fun titles and interesting ideas, really to get our pupils thinking about the character of the music, as well as I say, interacting with the notation. This is the initial grade, pre-grade 1, so that the kind of musical, technical ingredients, rhythmical ingredients are fairly simple. I'll just give you one or two examples. Here's the very first piece, running up and rolling down the hill. So quite a lot there to think about, but simple and fun. Robot, stodgy rice pudding, taking my hamster for a walk. And there's some rather interesting ones, as always. Somewhere here I have a piece where you need a saucepan, March of the Saucepan. Here's a nice one, the Great Tolling Bell. Find the D 2 octaves below this one, so you're actually going to play a low note. And so it's based around the resonance of that sound. And next to it we have the little jingle bell. Find a G 2 octaves above this one. So we're working on this high G here. Again, notes that maybe you're not reading when you're this particular initial sort of standard. And so it goes on. Let me give you an example from one of the middle series. Let's go for the grade 4 book. Again, lots of interesting ideas here. The second one, galaxies, star clusters and black holes. And this is an idea that is used obviously by other composers, but I like a lot, where we hold some notes down without sounding them. In this case, the first 5 notes of C major down there. And then I'll just play the first couple of lines and you get these wonderful out of this world sound. These wonderful sounds to listen to, and it goes off in that kind of idea all the way through. Here's a nice one. Grasses swaying in the wind. Nice sounds, based on lovely secondary 7th chords. And then maybe the final book, which incorporates grade 7 and grade 8. And lots of fun pieces here with the kind of titles that I like to make up: 2Bs or not 2Bs. It's a question and there is an answer if you play the piece and understand what's going on. Here's one called 7, which is based obviously 7 beats in the bar. And so it goes on. Rather interesting, so not too difficult. The point is to make them more simple than a grade 7 or 8 piece, but interesting musically. Here's one called Machines. And so it goes on. Lieber's Lied. So lots of fun pieces to enjoy. So the point really is that we are interacting with notation on a regular basis, learning new pieces, extending our musical horizons regularly, which I think is a rather fun and very important aspect, particularly of learning to play the piano.